in a couple minutes. We have a little surprise for you.
Oh, all right. Light surprise.
Exactly. Don't
Hi
go anywhere.
everyone,
We'll be right
I
back.
am Goddess Taya 4444.
A little trick up my
If
sleeve.
you are new here,
What's more American than fireworks?
I
And
welcome you.
favorite pastime.
We all
July, if you
welcome
follow
you.
baseball, it's a time when the MLB
If
takes a
you
break
are
for the All-Star
returning
break. But
to
until
my
then, the
channel,
slate is full. Games today, tomorrow from
welcome
coast to
back.
coast. Some pretty big rivalries,
And I
but
thank
Mother
everyone
Nature
for their
is
likes,
not going to be
shares,
outdone by the
and
competition. Check
subscribe.
out the skies over Atlanta this week. Did you see this? This was outside Truist Park
I
on
don't
Tuesday
do
as the Braves
personal.
faced off against the LA
I don't do
Angels.
personal.
Not the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Angels. Get it right. It's
And
the
I
Dodgers
don't
in hockey
accept
season. This was
donations.
seen by thousands. What looks to be a
Okay.
fun club, right? A
If
cone shape
you
trying to maybe
if you want to become a
toward the
member,
surface. Wasn't a
just
funnel,
click
though.
the
It was
subscribe
just a step
button
cloud.
below.
Step cloud. They can come in all different shapes
And
and
you're
sizes. You know
in.
that, right? They're not tornadoes.
Press
but
the
they
like
do
button
sometimes
if you like
present like
my
they are. And
video.
it was concerning. There were several vantage points that folks
That
got
lets me
of
know
these, scary.
who,
They lack organization.
how
That
many
persistent rotation
people
would
They
definitely
look
make
scary,
are
but they don't deliver.
they
visiting my
make for some
page.
pretty photogenic skies, though. There's no doubt about it. So that's what happened at Truist Field, Britta. We'll quickly go through some of these games.
Not visiting my pages, but it lets me know how many of you like it.
Perfect, right? Elsewhere, that might be a bit of a different story. Minneapolis, we'll see if we can squeeze in the game. 93 degrees
there
up in Chicago,
is
where the
a
Cubs
message
right now, they're number
that
one in the
resonates
Central
with
Division,
you,
facing off against
take
my
the
Cardinals.
message
Looks like it's
that
going to
resonates
stay
with
dry in the
you
Southwest.
and leave
It's
the
hot
rest
in
for
Phoenix,
someone
number
else.
one. That's what you would expect, right? And then finally, a couple of other games, Denver up into Seattle, maybe some
And
clouds, but overall, looks like it might be a good game.
share the video
Baseball's fun,
if
but let's be frank.
maybe someone else may
It's where
get
the
the
biggest show's
message.
going to happen. It's the iconic Nathan's hot dog eating contest. A fan favorite. And while
I'm trying to
not
think
rich with
of,
history that baseball
my
offers,
readings are
it's also
timeless,
very American.
so they could happen at
Right?
any
I
time.
mean, we've seen weather conditions.
This
and
reading
how they
here
can
is a
impact all
general
sorts of
reading,
contests, but yes,
and
impact
I
this
am
contest
pulling
as well.
a card
Back to 2023,
from
Fox Weather was at the
Wisdom
contest when we had thunderstorms that actually
Hidden
delayed
Realm.
everything by 2 hours. So you
Okay,
gotta stop
and
everything.
I have
Joy Chestnut, the 16
rainbow,
champ,
the Rainbow
knows all
Prince.
too well that hot weather and hot dogs could be a recipe for disaster. Let's bring up the quote here, folks. From the man
Compensation
himself, and I quote,
and
"The last
perseverance.
time I made a record, it was 75 degrees, and it was
So this is
perfect
about
day.
money.
When it's warmer, my body just
Okay,
runs
your
out of
finances.
steam towards the end. So he won't get his wish of 75 degrees, but hopefully it's a good day
Someone
for the
or
champion
someone's
to
in
slam
my
down some hot dogs.
collective
I gotta say, the idea of heat,
will be
humidity,
blessed.
and 16 to 20 hot
Maybe
dogs is too much
homeless.
lifestyle to
It's
handle.
still a little too much, right?
I can go
or
with, like, a
down
hot
on your
dog
cash.
and lemonade, like
Yeah.
one.
It's on Max 3,
But
guys.
there
We
is
can
a
put that
blessing
forecast. I
coming.
think that's what we have. I'm still waiting on the surprise from Michael.
The
Is it
card,
Max?
Coming.
before I go any further, the cards I have
It's a
is
tight hour. I feel so bad.
It's called building the anticipation.
Seven of
Yes.
Pentacles,
Sorry, here's the four. It's perfect. Maybe this is what will make Michael smile.
Temperance,
Yeah, I mean, it's a zero.
Very
for
nice.
Robbie. No
And
big deal.
balancing
They're
out
not
your
fair.
lives.
Chestnut will like it. Maybe a little warm
Judgment.
for it. 75, you said?
All I know is I watched a documentary once and how they like prep their bodies and they actually like eat a bunch of lettuce ahead of it.
6 of Wands,
Yeah.
5 of Pentacles, Ace
That's the
of
sound you want to
Pentacles.
hear. Families, they are going to be gearing up for 4th of July. Our
I'm
fireworks
hearing
show
this
starts
is your
tonight. I'm
time.
so excited. Well, this morning,
None of
I was
Wands.
alone on Fox Weather First. I leave Craig
It's
behind,
like
bring
you
my
all are
friend,
near
and it turns out that
collapse.
Michael,
and you're
yeah, his favorite
tired.
part about viewing
And I
fireworks might
understand.
be a little untraditional. Take a listen.
3 of
Unpopular
Cups.
opinion, Craig, I am looking forward to the
You
smell
will
of
be
fireworks.
celebrating.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever like the smell of fireworks?
No, I can't say I do.
King of Wands.
I have. I don't do well with that. My brother gets upset.
You're waiting. And 4 of Wands.
What the heck?
Now, what I'm getting here is that some of you are investing in a home.
Yeah, I'm the UP.
You smell like the smell of burning leaves.
So,
I love that smell. It just reminds me of like camping. And
if
the smell
you
of
have
fireworks and hot
been
dogs and hamburgers, it just all kind of goes
I've
together.
never heard a Michigander say that they like the smell of
and
fireworks.
wishing
That's the first one for me.
It's like the fire, you know.
for a
there's
new
something with the
home.
smell of
Like a
gasoline.
campfire.
There's something with the smell of gasoline.
If you are trying to buy a house, you're going to get it.
The thing is you remember,
You're going to get the house. You see the
and it's not
rainbow
just you,
here?
But every morning after fireworks, when the air
Rainbow right there.
there's quality juice. You're breathing in this.
Yeah. You're going to buy the house. You're going to be celebrating. God has just blew the horn, made the judgment
God, you'll know why.
for you all.
Know why. Thanks for sticking around for that, Michael. That was
So you will get that home.
It's hilarious. Back.
Anything else I want to add? Anything else you want to add? Okay, wait a minute. Let me get this deck here.
What do you drink when you win 8,500?
Drink the milk.
We drink the milk.
Let me get this deck right here.
There is life outside of racing.
My Starlight
100 Days to
Tarot.
Indy, streaming now on Fox Nation. Sign up at foxnation.com.
You believe you were sent by God?
Yes.
Redemption is open to us all.
Life is to be lived and embraced. That he taught me.
So you all are balancing out your lives. You will be balancing out your lives.
That's the best.
I just want to touch somebody.
If you haven't now. Like I said, you are going to get a new home. You are moving. You are going to buy a home.
Have you ever heard the expression that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction? I think this is one of those
What,
stories.
Divine, what
1,200 square miles of
do you want to add to this?
and endless groves of sequoias. I came through a tunnel and saw maybe the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. They didn't set out to change America, but it's what ended up happening.
Reading? What do you want to add to this reading?
On purpose. It's called
This
What Did
deck?
I Miss? We took 4 contestants and isolated them for 90
Okay.
days. No
Two of
phones, no
Pentacles.
TVs, no clue. Now we get to make them answer questions for money. Sean Hannity's money, maybe.
All I keep imagining is like the world just being burned down.
What do you guys
Two of,
think?
two of Pentacles.
The strangest game show ever
I-
created.
What Did I Miss?
Uh,
A Fox Nation game show. Streaming now. only on Fox Nation.
Adaptability.
This is a new beginning.
Where common sense.
Is all
So,
Where American
what I'm
values
getting
unite
right now,
This is a time to come together.
for you, for me.
things was a little rocky. Like I said, you could have been homeless, low in cash, but now you have built up your money to be able to get this home. So things was a little rocky for you before the ship comes in. Also, this may have happened already, and then again, it may not have happened. If it hasn't happened yet, like I said, things is a little rocky right now, but you will get that home. I'm feeling like some of you are waiting waiting
this morning as odds continue to increase
for
something messy that could maybe have
an answer. Maybe you've been looking for a home. Maybe you
North Carolina and new this morning. We've got a 60% chance over the next 7 days that something could form. Over the
getting
next
ready
48
to put a
hours,
down
too,
payment on a
that
home.
chance
Yeah.
is also growing. Regardless of development, we are
And you're
these
waiting
downpours to
for
continue
the
to drench
realtor
Florida and the southeast right through the 4th of July weekend. And we want to quickly get out
come through for you.
where the rain has been falling this morning. That's Clearwater Beach, Florida. We were showing highlights. Mike Seidel joining us. Mike, we were showing highlights. That nice beach chair that you had yesterday. I don't know.
Of course, things had to be rocky before you got the prize.
Later this morning, let me first show you the current radar, and we're in the clear now here at Clearwater Beach. Look off to the north and east, and I should say north and west, looking upwind. There's not much coming our way. There's a few specks out there.
It takes a while for the cards to come up with anything else.
Those areas up there. Also, Cedar Key area, again,
Okay.
north of the Tampa St. Pete Metro, and there's other storms south of here. But right now, we're dry.
I'm feeling like some of you may feel like, okay,
out here in the tropics, you hear that whoosh of wind,
some of
follows almost immediately.
change is hard.
We have very heavy rain for about 15 to 20 minutes.
And maybe some of you don't want to make that change or scared to make that change. That's what I'm feeling.
Over 2.5 inches. So there you
it's
go.
not you.
Folks out here with the cabanas and beach chairs getting in motion, getting these set up now that they know that it's going to be dry for a while. And yes,
if you're a family, the kids may have a hard time.
Now, yesterday was not one of those days because
adapting.
It was just gorgeous all day.
Yeah.
Now, I want to show you the visible satellite loop, and we'll see if we can get that up there. And you can see offshore a lot of clearing. There's some speckles. You can see the shadow from the storms inland and out over the water, but that's all clear sky out there. That's coming in this way. So
it's kind of dark in here. I don't have much light.
We had quite a bit of thunder and lightning this morning.
So
in fact, I counted
give me
about
a minute,
dozen
y'all.
that were really, really close to us, within, say, 4 or 5 miles. Look at this. This is what formed from the heavy rain and the tide. High tide was around 6 this morning.
Yeah.
Next low tide early this afternoon, right after lunchtime. But between the heavy rain coming down the beach and the high tide, look at this little pool here, these inland pools. Kids love these. In fact, I love these. These are fun to get in and play. It's a good place to do the boogie boarding because the water is only several inches deep and you don't have to worry about the wave action. So there you go, Brenna. Not the day we had yesterday, but certainly not a washout. Storms continuing into the weekend. And then as that upper low finally moves off to the east, and we have that potential storm development off the southeast coast or low pressure developing, the rain chances here over the peninsula should decrease as we get into Saturday night and Sunday and early next week with some drier air, but the chances should increase along the Carolina beaches and the Georgia
This
coast.
is a child here.
It all is a matter of what happens, what develops, where it develops. I mean, we could have a tropical depression
and
offshore,
this is also
and very little impact
a
on
child
the beaches,
here.
Early next week. That's not out of the realm of possibilities.
A child may have a hard time adapting.
Their next update is 2 p.m. Eastern time.
For the kids like the
moving,
ponds.
That is actually usually where they're parked.
or leaving someone.
That's right. That's right. You can make a moat
to
out
move
of the sandcastle because the water's just.
I mean, I love it just as much.
Because you have adaptability.
That's where I want to be.
Look at this.
Mike will go check it out.
We got the seagulls.
So you have to give your babies time to adapt. Let your babies know that it's going to be okay.
It goes down about 4 blocks.
The move is a good move.
Yeah, that's impressive.
This is kind of fun.
I love it.
Like I said, you would be investing
much work can you get done?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
in the
I
home.
like it.
I remember those days where I had sand, in places I didn't want to have sand.
Hey,
Yeah, you know.
that's just life at the beach, Mike. I mean, there is still that chair that you can put.
Maybe
right in
some
that
of you are
front lawn.
putting up a protective shield.
Hopefully it will be used later. All right, Mike Seidel, our storm specialist, Clearwater Beach this morning. You gotta make the most of
I
it.
feel like that needs to now be in our reporter kit.
Right.
The Tommy Bahama chair for the times where you can
Okay,
pull on out
okay.
and enjoy it. Meanwhile, north of where Mike is, we find ourselves in the Northeast.
So,
and it has been a struggle for 4th of July travelers
you
to try and get
are
to their destinations. Yeah, can you imagine
You're
waking
not
up for your
gonna
flight
let
and that's what you hear? Yeah, it's not going to go too well.
other
It's been tough.
people
Let's be honest. So that's Philly on Tuesday, but
into
it was
your
Philly
home.
on Monday. It's going to be Philly later today. Right now in Philly, it looks great. That's a live
Certain people
look
into
over
your
the city
home
of
now.
Brotherly Love, and then we're up 6th Avenue. Maybe you can see Central Park if you squint your eyes really, really tiny.
Or you don't
10 blocks from this position. That's from Fox Square here at
impulsiveness.
our home at Fox Weather. This
Oh,
afternoon,
okay,
2 out of
okay.
5 threat
My
for
bad.
severe weather, so be ready for it. This is the last 3 days of reports, so again, we're just going to add things on. Right now, the storms are in upstate New York. The good news is they are.
How can I put
that
this?
lowers the flood potential, which has really been the majority of the reports that we have
Impulsiveness.
experienced over the
Okay,
last few days. It has been flood
you
reports
may
and wind
be
reports. Unfortunately, with fast-moving storms, you might remove the
like,
flash flood component.
I don't want to,
The wind component does go up.
you know,
These
just
thunderstorms
move
leaving your
to
state,
be
moving
impulsive.
into
I want to,
Vermont. They're
you
subsevere.
know,
Couple flashes of lightning.
protect.
That's all they got working right now.
Not too bad, I guess, to start.
Wanting to
if you like
be,
storms, but
you don't want the house to
that's
be a
what we like
lemon.
to see. I do wonder if
Okay.
later this morning
Yeah.
we'll be able to clear.
This
in
video
Albany
that I
and
have
get another
playing
round of
is
storms to move on through.
meditation. It's a
Not too many
cosmic
repeated rounds, but
I mean, it really depends
octave
on how much
Jupiter,
we can add to the instability because we do have
personal
lower moisture
development,
today compared to
wisdom,
our cold front that we
abundance,
went through on Tuesday. We have dew points right now in the low 60s, so a little
healing
bit of a sticky element, but we're in the
frequency.
mid-70s a couple days
So,
ago, so you feel the difference today. It's
if
not
you're-
as humid, that is a component,
you
but with the
are,
cold front moving through, working with the daytime heating component that we have for the night,
paranoid
we'll
about
pop
this
something.
home,
something will
moving,
and
or
hey, we'll pick up
anything,
some additional rain, but
this
I guess it's-
meditation,
no,
I
guess
hope
it's
it
better
helps
Thursday
you,
than Friday,
you know,
Saturday.
heal that
And I have to say,
anxiety.
tomorrow and the weekend looks fantastic, so get it in, get it out. We actually have our fireworks celebration tonight in my town, so I'm hoping, you know, it looks like afternoon timing, and of course, most of those firework displays are after sunset, closer to 9 p.m. So let's get it in, get it out, and have a good time.
Fingers crossed. I think it'll happen. Northeast New England's one zone. We have to watch for storms. We also have the upper Midwest and High Plains. That's where Mother Nature might be sparking up some of their
I hope
fireworks.
everybody
It's
have
not
a
just today,
beautiful
it's
4th
actually
of
right through the
July.
weekend, even to at least Saturday.
I'm gonna be
Maybe we'll see
here
some
looking
storm
at it
chances
on TV.
Sunday. But
I
let's
like
talk about
that.
today.
I
We're
love
Thursday,
fireworks.
The 3rd of July. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and it's already warming up. Some of the best weather. Growing up as a kid in the Midwest, if I'm sitting at 80
I
degrees
had
and we're
fireworks
just a
when
few
I
minutes
was a
after 9
baby,
a.m.
when I
in
was
Chicago,
younger.
it's a cool day. I'm asking my mom if we can go to my aunt's house.
You
The
know,
storm zone will be moving in. She's
fireworks
gonna have a
to
pool.
me
And
don't
we
last
love
long.
I know.
The ones
Well,
that
back
we
then-
got
Yeah,
anyway.
seriously, come jump in the pool.
Back then I was just a little bratty child, and it was summer break.
I do not believe that.
But they're
I'll have to show you
beautiful
pictures,
when
and then
they
you'll be like, oh, I see
lit
that.
up.
Believe the
I see
word
that kid.
ever
Okay, is there
associated with this man.
anything
I really know
else?
how.
Well, here's the thing: as we long for pool days, storms might have a threat, at least for North Dakota later this afternoon. So, as a child, I'm asking my mom, can we go this morning?
Yes.
And
Get in
I
the
think
pool
I'm gonna
time
get another
early,
deck.
And then the nap time, throw on the movie, do the tablets. That's all late in the day.
That's right. And honestly,
Okay.
from a perspective today, we have seen
So,
more dangerous setups for the upper Midwest. Even more recently, a
yeah,
couple of weeks ago, we had a nasty
you all
breakthrough.
got
Doesn't
the
look like we'll have an
breakthrough
organized
that you
complex
wanted.
like that. But some of these storms,
I think we'll get some pretty big hailstones.
You got
I
the
mean,
breakthrough
you're talking
that
about
you
setup here
wanted.
for North Dakota that can definitely deliver that. But the timeline is really dinner time and later. So if you can take advantage of the daytime, I think
Just
we have a
as
lot
I
of fun together
said,
today. And then after dinner, you know,
some of you are having anxiety. Your
and
babies are
Here's the
having
other thing, just to
anxiety
add this
about
hour, because
moving.
it is, yeah, we haven't talked about it yet. The small threat that we do get, maybe one or two of these storms to try to spin. What we'll have here is a warm front, and that warm front, sometimes those storms can be a little sneaky. Yeah, they can be sneaky with storms firing, but we'll have to pay attention. It looks like temperatures will
That
be on the high side.
anxiety
These are
is
the
nothing
feels
but
like, or the heat
an
indices
illusion.
that
But you're
Fargo,
also
Minneapolis,
using
Sioux
your
Falls could get
intuition.
well into the 90s. That's ahead of the storms, but
You're
as I
using your
mentioned, it's not just
intuition.
for Thursday, it's for Friday, and then after Friday,
Oh,
we have a Saturday
some
threat
of
too.
you,
Storms
for
could be
some
a
of
bit more
you,
organized on Friday as we have
it's a
more
secret.
storms extending down into Kansas, but we'll have to see. And then we'll also have to watch Britta out in Colorado
Look,
for Saturday, right? We've got some
Judgment.
storms that might try to form along that.
Phoenix
that
Rising.
a lot of storms there this time of year.
The Eastern Plains, that's the cool thing about
Rebirth.
Colorado. You literally have so many different types
This is what
of
this move
microclimates.
is all
so the Eastern
about.
Plains, a typical spot for some late summer activity.
Rebirth, and you're protecting.
Here's the live travel board. We got some travel disruptions for departures out of Dallas and also Orlando.
You are protecting yourself of negative energy.
So they are doing just a very regional ground
During your
stop where
rebirth.
some flights that are trying to get to Dallas, you might be held at
During your
origin
new
a little bit
start.
to allow for some time
You're
to build
protecting
in and have a little bit of a
yourself.
buffer. Here's a look at the road. So we picked
Oh,
I-90,
okay.
the state
Some of
New York
you,
dealing with thunderstorms
okay.
this
For
morning.
some of you, the house
None
is
of
going to
which
be
are
a
severe.
secret. For
That
some
will
of you,
change later today, so be
you
prepared
are
for it.
keeping
But
it
right now,
a
as we take a
secret
look at
that you're
I-90, you can
moving.
tell Albany still has very wet roads. Thunderstorms are now lifting off of Interstate 90, so that will be an improving picture. But Utica, Buffalo,
And that
Syracuse,
you
for right now, all look great.
have
But
made
again,
an
the state of New
investment.
York looking for severe weather, especially in the afternoon. So get the travel in now. We've had the morning batch move through. We have a nice window here for the next several hours. All the thunderstorms will be in Vermont off to your east, so take advantage because closer to 4 or 5 o'clock, they're going to reignite. And those
Prosperity.
thunderstorms could get in the way of traveling between Albany and all the way out towards western New York into Buffalo.
Your money is
Tomorrow's gonna be a great day,
growing,
though.
just
I mean,
like I
we'll have
said.
lower humidity, warm sunshine. This will be the perfect opportunity. So if you're doing same-day travel,
You
for
went
4th
from
of
this
July,
Ace of
I-90 does not look
Pentacles
to be an
to the
issue
5
tomorrow.
of
There's a
Pentacles
look at the Northeast in general for this
to
afternoon.
the 7 of
Widely scattered
Pentacles,
thunderstorms, some of which will
and
produce severe
your
weather.
money is
But once you go
growing.
into
You
Harrisburg,
made it
Pittsburgh,
to
you
the
guys
10
are
of
well
Pentacles.
outside the zone, and we're looking really good. In fact, our nation's
Yeah,
capital
you
should have
did it.
favorable weather for road travel today.
We hope for the best. I have a flight tomorrow, Britta, and
I think you're going to be fine.
and they were cheap. The tickets are cheap if you fly on the 4th.
None of ones.
Experience.
I know. Yeah, and given the
You're
report we
taking
had at the bottom of the hour,
action.
how a round trip there.
$800 for domestic round trip.
This
We might
is,
as well go to Europe. Holy cow.
That's good, but then you can't
It's
tell
not a
before
battle.
You
Because
maybe
this is a
can. You
different
can find
card.
yourself a group of expats.
You're right.
Maybe you have waited a while,
All right, Britta.
you know,
The
for
idea yesterday, if
this
you were
house.
watching, was to have some fun in the sun and some memories.
Maybe
were
you
made.
was
It was
putting
our
it
Foxwoods Beach
on.
House,
For
which
some of
happened
you,
at
you was
Isle of
putting it
Palms in
on,
South
and putting it
Carolina.
off, putting
If
it
you
on,
missed some,
putting
we
it
have
off,
highlights this
and
morning.
now
This
finally
one,
you made
let's just see what it is.
the decision to go ahead on and invest into a home.
Make sure you drink up your lime drinks, my friend.
Bob, you keep talking about
You
scurvy.
took that leap of
Little do
faith.
you know, I like the itch. I'm all about that, so no big deal.
I don't know, you want to tackle that one?
I don't want to judge scurvy with a
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I mean,
It was the
if you're going to
divine.
have key lime or any variation.
It was the divine working for you.
So my son wanted a key lime pie for his birthday last year.
Teamwork.
So I tried to order it, and it came from the state of New York, which it was still good, but it wasn't South
Yeah.
Florida key lime
It's not
pie.
that
Hope.
time.
I'd had a little bit of a mom fail.
Well,
It was like, this is good,
The
but
star.
can we go to South Florida?
it's one of
Yeah,
those things
this
you've
is
gotta
what
put on the
you
list
wanted.
If you're in South Florida.
Yeah, this is
And
exactly
gotta
what
do
you
the key lime
wanted.
pie. So the beach.
So
yeah,
you're
we have to have a drink
receiving your
sometimes with it.
wishes.
Folks that were trying to sip something on a beach in Portugal, well, they were met with a surprise. Did you see this video? It's crazy.
They might have been like, did I have too much to drink?
Yeah.
What is
For
that?
Pinnacles, it's a keeper.
This is not AI. It's
The house
not
is a
movie.
keeper.
A good chunk of Europe, Europe has been baking under a significant heat wave, and so you would imagine folks trying to stay cool. So what this is a roll cloud. Looks almost like a tsunami in the sky. In fact, that's what some people on the beach said. It looks like.
says
You
keeper.
often get roll clouds with storms, but this one was because the land was so hot. Most likely, it was so hot over land, cold enough over the water.
Wheel of
that
Fortune.
undercutted that
The wheel
very
is
hot
turning.
air over land, and you got some condensation.
You're going to
this
get your
roll cloud.
wish.
Roll clouds sometimes are confused with shelf clouds.
9 of Cups.
They're
And a shelf cloud would for sure
Your
be
wish is,
followed by
you're
thunderstorms.
going to get your
you
wish.
would see storms with that.
You're
this
moving.
Is broadly part of the Arcus
You're
cloud, the
moving. You are
classification
moving.
you get out of it, but I thought it was just so cool we had to put it on. This cloud too extended about 90 miles.
That's probably
You
the
are
coolest part of it. Can you
moving.
imagine a 90-mile long roll cloud?
And it wasn't a marine lake.
I got-
There's a lot that you can maybe think. Well, that's
The
cool, but
energy
was-
that I
was a
got
roll cloud, one of the best
is
that I've ever seen.
in
So,
about 2
all right,
weeks.
keep it here. We'll be right back.
That's what I got. And I'm seeing the number 15. So you might be moving on the 15th of this month.
Anyone who's volunteered here, started their mornings here, or spent afternoons here knows.
Luck is on your
Giving back
side
is
is
part of
what
who
I'm
we
hearing.
are. And it's that freedom to give that makes our nation stronger. With government getting smaller, charitable
Oh.
foundations are stepping up to meet the needs of our communities. American
Oh.
generosity
Oh,
is here for good.
man.
So let's make giving easier, not harder. Paid for by the Council on Foundations.
Emperor.
With HIV, I didn't know who
Emperor.
But here I am.
being me.
This is
And
Emperor.
ask your healthcare provider about the #1 prescribed HIV
New
treatment.
love. Abundant.
One pill, once a day treatment used for
Your
HIV
cup
in many
being
people,
full.
with one small pill, Biktarvy fights HIV
But
to help you get to undetectable and stay
it's
there.
new love.
Just starting or replacing
You
your
have the
current
2 of
treatment.
Cups
Research
here.
shows that taking HIV treatment as prescribed and getting to and staying undetectable
So you're moving
prevents
with your
transmitting
person.
HIV through sex. Serious side effects can
Emperor.
occur, including kidney problems and kidney failure. Rare life-threatening side
Okay.
effects include a buildup of lactic
So
acid
we
and
do,
liver
we
problems.
doing
Don't
that.
take Biktarvy if you take Tofetamide or Rifampin.
Yeah,
Tell your
congratulations.
healthcare provider about all the medicines and supplements you take. If you
I'm
have
very
breast
happy
feeding,
for
or have
you.
kidney or liver problems. If you have hepatitis B,
I'll be
don't
glad
stop
when I
taking
move.
Biktarvy without talking to your healthcare provider. Common side effects were diarrhea, nausea, and headache.
But I'm
Where
happy
life
for
takes
you.
Biktarvy can go with you.
I
Talk to your
really
healthcare
am.
provider today.
This is really good. I really like it. I really like this reading. You're moving. Yes, you are. A lot of tarot readings.
That have understood the need to do things in a different way.
Has
Create
been
jewelry from diamonds grown in the lab, from
saying
carbon
you're
taken before
moving.
it goes into the atmosphere. It's very
Anything
special. Nature is
else?
beautiful, and to capture some of that
I
beauty
mean,
in a responsibly sourced
get
material is kind of a magic, isn't that? All of us can make
another deck.
the Jane Goodall collection. A brilliant
Just for the heck of it. Okay? See what comes out. I'm sorry about the TV, y'all. I can't turn it down. My volume don't work. Okay, you have anything you want to say to my collective with this deck, Holy Spirit? Let me... Okay, yeah. Some of y'all keeping it a secret. Y'all just going to do the damn thing. Good. Not everyone needs to know what you're doing. Y'all keep all negative energies out of your home. Okay, would you like to say, oh, okay. They said take that leap of faith, y'all. Take the leap of faith. Or you're going to take that leap of faith. Yep. You're going to, and you're going to be celebrating, and you're leaving destructive behind. You're leaving the old behind. You see how he getting the hell out of Dodge here? He getting the hell out of Dodge. He said, I'm out of here. Yeah. He or she. Anything else you want my collective to know, or you want to confirm to them? Yeah. Your emperor may be emperor. Male or female, an offer is coming in. That house is coming in. It's coming in. Again, confirm. Blessings. Anything else you want my collective to know or have confirmed? Okay. there is a new beginning. Your blessings is going to come in by the threes. You see the 3 ships here? Your blessings is coming in by the threes. Oh, Lord. Twin flame. Twin flames. Twin flames, soulmates. I did not expect that to come up. But, hey. Take that leap of faith, y'all. It's a good one. It's a good one. Well, I'm going to leave it right there. You all have a blessed day. Don't work too hard. And I'll come back with another reading later. Bye.